The story starts with a running train that happens to be on fire. People are panicking in the station, and apparently it's not the first time something like this happened. A young man smiles as if he is enjoying this kind of tragedy up close. Now seeing a monster coming out of the trailer, then it's looking now at the boy. A team of heroes arrives calling themselves Special Fire Force and telling everyone to stand back, including the main character. Preparing now to terminate the monster, the nun begins her prayer, then the firefighter shoots a ball of water towards the enemy. The monster retaliates by shooting a fireball at them, but the team manages to punch its stomach, totally annihilating the demon monster into smoke. After that, a debris is about to fall on the nun, but the alerted boy surprisingly uses his feet to combust a jet-fueled firepower, and he rushes to save the nun from being hurt. Next, the hero introduces himself to the team that he is joining the Special Fire Force Company 8, and his name is Shinra. Later at the headquarters, the hero is now dressed in his uniform and meets the captain of the team named Obi, as well as the lieutenant named Hinawa. He was then asked what is the deal with him smiling at the resume. The hero replies whenever he feels tension he just can't help but smile. The captain tests him out and tries to get closer to his personal space, making Shinra to have this idiotic smile on his face, and the captain laughs so hard. Then he asks a serious question to the boy, on what is the motivation of him joining this force. He answers, he simply wants to be a hero. The captain brings up about his nickname of being called the Devil. It's about an incident that happened when he was young. His bad reputation makes the lieutenant uneasy, doubting the boy that he will be a hero. Next, the two females in the team formally meets the boy, as one girl teases the nun that having the new recruit saving her is kind of romantic. After the team introductions, the captain explains what is happening in the society lately, with this so-called spontaneous human combustion. It just happens with no warning. No one knows what's the cause, and it just happens to anyone around the world. People just began to catch on fire. These things called Infernals goes rampaging on random places, until their core that used to have a heart were destroyed. The Special Fire Force mission is to extinguish these flames of the Infernals and put their souls to rest. We are formed as a group to eliminate the fear of humans against these demons, he says. That night, Shinra remembers being a small boy with his mom and little brother telling them he wants to be a superhero. Next, it seems that unexpected tragedy happens and people are calling him dangerous as no one wants him around. And while hearing it, the boy is just smiling. Then an alarm is heard, and his colleague alerted him that an infernal has been spotted. Everyone suits up preparing for the battle ahead. Apparently someone turned into an infernal in a factory site. Akiharu Obi is the captain, Sister Iris a nun, Takehisa Hinawa the lieutenant, Maki Oza a first-class soldier, and lastly Shinra Kusakabe a second-class fire soldier. Then off they go to the direction of the incident. At the area site, they have a briefing about the encounter being specially aggressive. The Company 8 group is assigned to go in, as Shinra remembers the childhood days of him becoming a hero is about to come true and his mother supports him. The whole building is burning. It's like the entrance to hell, that the fire is the gate keeping them out. Strangely, the hero freezes up, having a flashback of the tragedy he had before. His comrades are worried, explaining to him that the ring blue light they wear binds them together so no one gets left behind in the smoke and fire. He smiles so big, covering his fear being in his first day on the job. Maki, who has a pyrokinetic powers, controls the wall of flames in front of her to make way for them. It then reveals something fearsome attacking them, as Shinra absorbs the full blow coming from it. Remembering again of the past, he saw a monster behind the flame and everyone blames him because no one asked him about it. He's been woke up by Hinawa calling him pathetic, then telling him it's now his turn to do his job. Sticking on the wall is this menacing fire monster staring towards them, and everyone prepares for the final fight. The monster runs towards them and Hinawa tries to stop it by firing bullets to it. But the monster is agile, even the captain is having a hard time dealing with it. Maki comes to his rescue to remove some of the fire, while the hero powers up, refusing to be a devil that everyone's been calling him, that is the promise to his mom. His feet burns up, as Sister Iris is now doing her prayers. He launches himself, having this devilish smile that he carries since childhood, evading all the attacks from the enemy and using his feet to build momentum, finally giving it a final blow on the chest where the core of the heart is. It has been done, the enemy vanishes, that made all things calm down. Second day of work, Shinra is informed that he has to participate in the Rookie Fire Soldier Games, where all new enlisted rookies compete against each other. Obi added, there's also a new recruit coming today and the two of them will represent the Company 8. After a while, he finally meets the said new recruit and it seems that they know each other, calling him the Devil. Meanwhile, Maki is practicing her skill by creating a cute mini flame and Sister Iris is just amazed of her powers. Then bursting out of the door is the two, having a duel first thing in the morning. The blonde guy pulls out a cross and points it to the hero, but first he introduces himself to the ladies as Arthur Boyle, also a third-generation pyrokinetic. Shinra reveals that the two of them used to attend the academy together, telling them that the guy is delusional, acting so cool, but he's actually an idiot. In Arthur's defense, ladies loves him because he's the Night King. Breaking the tension is Hinawa coming in, but is annoyed by the mini-flame, so he pours coffee on it until it puffs out. He reminded the girl that soldiers don't play with fire. Despite the fact that Arthur is just a recruit, he talks with the lieutenant so casually, and this irritates Hinawa. Either way, he is looking forward for the rookie games, so he wants to see the fresh recruits' abilities. Then he orders Maki to fight the two boys, in which the girl fearfully agreed. The fight is about to begin and Sister Iris is worried for her friend Maki. Worry not, Hinawa says, because the girl used to be an ex-soldier. Maki attacks, striking the chin of Shinra first, but he jumps out of there. Then she controls the flame by putting it out. While falling, she waves her hand to ignite Shinra's feet to save him, and he landed safely. Next is Arthur, calling forth his Excalibur made with sparking flame. She tries to put it out, but it didn't disappear, as the boy explains that his sword spark is difficult to extinguish. As he attacks, the girl quickly subjugates him as she knows self-defense from the military experience. He now calls her an ogre after getting knocked out, and this just angers the girl, interpreting the name-calling is just a big insult to her. But still in the game is the hero spawning from behind, also calling her a she-ogre. The angered Maki manipulates their flames by putting a face on it, and they wonder why is this happening. She calls it X-Sputter Burr, and Arthur doesn't like it. Hinawa describes Arthur as a Night King, while Maki herself is a witch. Now her making their fire out of control into the air. She now holds control of their flames on her hands and asks them if they still want to continue. But Hinawa personally hates fire, so he immediately extinguishes it right away. Now at the Special Force Fire Cathedral, the hero will be learning about how to utilize a weapon using a firefighting axe. It's also a gun that shoots sacred spike at the end of it. But Arthur says he doesn't need it because he has his trusted Excalibur with him. His ultra heat and ultra dense blade made with his own flame creates the plasma of his sword. Hinawa further explains that he prefers going out on a mission with a 30 kilos equipment gear with him, and hoping they would get an engineer to make it more convenient for him to carry it all. The alarm goes off again and another Infernal has been spotted. While going there, Obi had a quick briefing with his team and then handed a Type 7 axe to Shinra. Oddly enough, the emergency this time is quiet and there's no fire in sight. But before going in, he pulls in the new recruits, reprimanding them how they should not display their weapons, especially in public eyes. But the stubborn Arthur tells him that his Excalibur is his pride, so no, he wouldn't hide it, he says. The captain replies it's their sole responsibility to put rest on the Infernals. Infernals are used to be humans, and those who they put to rest are somebody's loved ones, so never show their weapons in front of their family. Meanwhile, a mysterious man passes by and creates a fire among the prying neighbors, and it looks like the fire is smiling at them. Inside the house, the Infernal is just sitting quietly on his chair, now staring at the whole team next to it. The Infernal seems so lost, and then Arthur asks permission if he could be the one to put him to rest. Obi declares the time of the purification as the new recruit now pulls out his sword while Sister Iris begins her prayers. Arthur puts his bladeless sword behind the chair and recites "Be received by the eternal flame." And with that, he put a peaceful way of purifying the monster on its misery. A moment of silence of the team as they pay their respect for the newly departed soul. Watch this next video. See you on the next one.